energy that is about to hit this screen, because this is a woman who really is on a mission. She's on fire. She's got an incredible background. I can't wait to introduce you to her. Her name's Vanessa Frater Robertson. You might have seen her spotlight. We did a spotlight a few weeks ago. She's a qualified personal performance and mindset confidence coach. She's an award-winning speaker, trainer, and author. She specializes in helping professional women and mompreneurs to tap into their confidence following personal setbacks that are continuing to hold them back from achieving their career, their relationship, and the life goals that they want, so that they can have a rich, bold, vibrant life, one that they love and one that they deserve. If you want that rich, vibrant life, one that you want and one that you deserve, give us a yes, yes, yes in the comments. Guys and girls, let's give it up for the mindset confidence coach, Vanessa. Welcome.
Hi, Sammy. Hi, lovely lady. Hi, other speakers. I am so excited to be here tonight. So excited.
Well, I love that you're bringing your energy in. Love it.
Yeah.
Love to be back on the stage. It's where you were born to be.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I do like it. Although 5 minutes before I came on here, my stomach was going, but that's okay, because that's adrenaline and it helps with the performance. So that's okay. And I'm happy to be here. So what I'd like to ask all the ripplers out there is, put a 1 in the chat if you would love to feel free to live your ideal life. Put a 1 in the chat for me.
Oh, that sounds like a good thing to me. A 1 in the chat if you want to live your ideal life. That sounds very delicious.
Yeah. And also then, yeah, I can start to see some of the ones. My chat is a bit slow, so I will rely on the lovely Sammy to have a look at that. But now, would you put a 2 in the chat if you would love to feel free to live your ideal life and have greater impact in your community or in the world around you? Put a 2 in the chat for that.
Oh, I can see lots and lots of 1s coming in. Yeah. We've got a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Awesome.
Do you want to live your ideal life? Oh, lovely. Okay. Thank you for that, Yolanda. She's just put a clarification question in there. Thank you for that, lovely. So what I am really passionate about is for women to live their ideal life and to have that passion. Now, what do I mean by passion? Well, I mean, what's your big dream, your goal, your ambition, whatever word resonates with you? What is that successful picture? And what does that look like? And I find that a lot of women that I work with, they have an issue with dreaming big. They feel like they should stay small. They're waiting for someone to come along and give them permission to do that, because the conditioning that they've had through their lives and the squashing of their confidence, depending on what negative things that may have happened in their life or things that people have said to them, because all of these things that happen in our life condition us, and we have this operating system, our norm of operation that can make us play a little bit small. But what does that make sense to you? And do you recognize that particular condition? Put a 3 in the chat if you recognize that. Right, okay, I'll carry on. But what I want to say to women is that if you don't dream big, you can find yourself feeling stuck or unfulfilled. You might have thoughts about yourself that, oh, I'm not good enough and I can't do this. And you might feel like, I'm feeling stuck because of that. But also maybe potentially you're thinking that, oh, all those things that I didn't do, there's FOMO going on, fear of missing out, and the boat's passing me by, and you're probably putting on those boxing gloves, tightening up those laces, beating yourself up and thinking, oh, it's too late. But what I'm saying to women is it's okay to dream big. And the reason it's okay to dream big is because life's too short to live a mediocre life. We've just come through COVID and we're in this collective grief. Life's too short for that. So with my client that came to me, her name was Rena. She said, Vanessa, I really need some help. I'm procrastinating. I want to go for this promotion at work. How do I do that? And she worked with me for about 6 weeks. But what I said to her is like, let's do some exercises. Let's work out what really is going on. And one of the exercises that I would like to do with you tonight is a visualization exercise, because I'll tell you why I'm going to do it while we're going through it. It might make more sense. So what I would like you to do is to take a couple of seconds to think about what your big dream is. And it might be a dream that you want to achieve in the next year or 18 months. And it might be something that you've sat on for a while because you haven't quite had the confidence to go for it. So think about that big goal, dream or ambition. And if you feel comfortable, please do put it in the chat, because it helps to inspire other people and make them think about their big goals as well. So put that in the chat. Now, when you've thought about that big goal, I've got a question for you. When you've achieved this, think it's 18 months in the future and you've achieved it. What are you doing? How are you showing up? What things are people saying to you? What are you feeling about yourself? What are you feeling in your heart about that? Just have a think about it. And then the second thing I would like you to do is to think, when you've achieved this big goal, dream, or ambition, think about what you would like to have. What do you have in your life? And it doesn't have to be a material thing. It could be a feeling. It's something that embodies you. Now, I would like you to put one word in the chat about that feeling or the thing that you would have. Put in the chat that one word that if you've achieved this massive, great, big dream, goal and ambition, that it means something to you. Put that word in the chat for me. And I will give it a couple of seconds because I'm really interested to see what you're all saying.
I just want to give a big shout out to Yawande, who's taking your questions and putting them into the chat. Thank you, Yawande.
Oh, lovely.
Really helpful, really helpful. Thank you.
Oh, you're an absolute star, Yawande. Thank you for that.
He is a star. Donna, spent most of my life not being able to dream. No more. Good on you, Donna. I love it.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Donna was on the mastermind today and gave us a big update of where she's at, and she's just so in flow. I'm so proud of you, Donna. It's amazing.
And I've seen something from Lydia. She says, dance around the world, dance, ethnic dance in different countries. Wonderful. Absolute wonderful dream. I love that. That's absolutely amazing. So then you've thought about that word that embodies what you're feeling and thinking. So we thought about what you might have. And then the other thing I'd like you to think about, what are you doing? What are you achieving when you've achieved this goal? What sorts of things are you doing for yourself, for others around you, for that impact that you said that you wanted to have? Think about that as well. Now, you may be thinking at this moment, why is she doing this? Well, the reason why I'm getting you to visualize it and write it down is because the subconscious doesn't know the difference between whether something is real on the outside happening in front of you or something that you have created in your mind. And because of that, if you create it in your mind first, you get those nice, warm, fuzzy feelings of happiness and fulfillment. You're already embodying that emotion that you want to have when you've achieved your goal. And it gives you that impetus to take those steps towards action. And then when you've taken those steps towards action, you start to get results. Those results give you the capability. You start to build your capability. And then that capability builds your confidence. And then your confidence then gives you the momentum to do even more actions. So it's this beautiful, virtuous cycle. And it all begins in the brain. And that's why it's so important to visualize it and see where you want to go so that you can see, where am I now? And where do I want to go towards my ideal life? So that's why I thought it would be a good idea to do that mini exercise with you now, because that's what I do with some of my clients who feel themselves getting stuck and start self-sabotaging themselves and they don't know why. And I think, well, let's break that pattern. Let's break that left brain thinking and get them into the right brain and get them to think more creatively to help them go forward. So that is the benefit and the advantage of doing that. Now
I love it, love it, love it. Just before we go on, Vanessa,
Yeah.
loads and loads of comments coming in. Oh gosh, this is a powerful session. This trio of amazingness with us this evening. So I just want to get some agreement that we are going to run over a little bit. So are you okay? Give me an okay in the comments if you are okay. This isn't a lock-in. If you need to go, if you have a hard finish, you need to be somewhere else, then we thank you for being with us for this time and really honor your commitment to finishing on time. But we are going to run a little bit over. If you can stay with us, brilliant. If not, do make sure you come back and watch the replay of this last bit, because we're going to go into a visualization, and we obviously don't want you to be driving or doing something where you're multitasking. We want you to get the most out of this specific session here. So let's just have a look. Have we got an okay? All right. Okay, we're good to go.
Okay, we've got a lot of okays. Thanks, guys. That's brilliant. Thank you so much. So the reason why I do that is to help people embody that emotion, and it starts to become real to them. And that virtuous circle, it's self-perpetuating. Once you get on that cycle and you keep, being consistent with your actions to take, it really does help to build that confidence, because a lot of people don't know how to get into the confidence or rediscover their confidence, because we all have confidence, we've all got here, but what got us here might not necessarily get to where we want to go to, that next level. So there's almost like digging deeper to do what we need to do. And also to achieve a big goal or dream or ambition, motivation isn't enough. Motivation is good for a few hours, a few days or whatever, but that can wax and wane. Whereas when you dig into that emotion and have an emotion attached to that goal, it's so much easier when it's grey outside and it's dull and something's gone wrong and everything seems to be going wrong. You dig down into that emotion and that deep why and purpose. It helps you get through those really tough times. So I hope that this has really helped you in the short time that I've had with you today. And what I would also suggest that you do when you go away from here, if you've got a journal, write it down in your journal. If you don't have a journal, that's okay. Just write it down on a piece of paper, or if you like to record your voice, you could record it into your phone or something like that, just so you don't forget what you've done and written down today. And that will also further cement it for you and help you take those confident steps towards your ideal life. And that's it.
Amazing, thank you. So are we going to visualize for a couple of minutes? We do a little visualization?
Yeah, of course we can. So if you could close your eyes with me, if you feel comfortable, and I would really love you to just think about your ideal life. What do you want to be? What do you want to do? And what do you want to have? What are people saying to you when you've achieved your absolute goal? How are you feeling? What are you wearing? Who are you meeting? What are the sorts of things that you have in your life? Are they accolades? Are they other certifications? Are they physical things that you couldn't have before, but now that you've got this big goal, you now can treat yourself, because that's okay to treat yourself. Who are the people you're spending time with? Because the 5 or so people that you spend time with are you can be shown the kind of life that you will have, because the people you surround yourself with are the people that will rub off on you and their thoughts and their views. Who are you spending time with? And also, what are you doing? Because I get the impression from some of the comments that I'm getting from you, it's not just about, ticking boxes. The question is, there's got to be something more to life. So what are you doing? Who are you helping? Because sometimes it's about a legacy to leave for other people, either your friends or your family. The sorts of things that you want to leave when you're no longer here. What do you want people to say about you when you've left this earth? So think about that. Okay, and then come back in the room And then when you thought about that you have probably a feeling inside of you. So keep that feeling. Think about it now. Write one word for yourself, what that feeling is for you. If you feel comfortable of putting it in the chat, please do put it in the chat. That just one word, that feeling that you've now got from doing that visualization. And I would encourage you to hold on to that word.
Amazing, thank you. Oh, can't wait to journal after this. I'll go back and do it all over again. The thing is, when I'm delivering RippleFest, I'm kind of with you, but I'm also in the running of it, and so I always go back and watch the replays afterwards, and there's so much more comes out of it than when I'm hearing the original, the first sessions. So guys and girls, I can see loads of comments coming in, really loving the change that we've been able to create, the transformation that we're going to see as a result of the brilliance that has been brought to our screens tonight. Give it up for the amazing Vanessa. Thank you, Vanessa.